The month of October 2025 has brought a wave of attention to Social Security and supplemental security income payments. Millions of seniors, disabled individuals, and low-income beneficiaries have been closely following every announcement because even a small change in their monthly check makes a big difference in their daily lives. This October, many people are watching closely as the Social Security Administration prepares for the upcoming cost of living adjustment announcement and as regular payments continue according to the official schedule. For countless households, October is more than just another page on the calendar. It is the month when people begin preparing for the financial realities of the coming year. Families that depend on Social Security benefits often budget down to the dollar, and they know that a confirmed COLA figure can mean the difference between stability and struggle. Even though the adjustment itself does not take effect until January, October feels like the starting point of the new financial year for many beneficiaries. It is the moment when numbers become clear, plans can be adjusted, and expectations can be set. October is always a significant month for Social Security recipients because it comes right before the new cost of living adjustment is officially announced. The COLA, which takes effect in January, is calculated based on inflation data from July, August, and September. By the time October arrives, most analysts and policymakers already have a good idea of what the adjustment will be. For 2025, the expected figure is around 2.5%, which means that payments for next year will be slightly higher. While these adjustments will not take effect until January 2026, October becomes the month when people begin planning their budgets and preparing for the changes ahead. Many people find themselves calculating what a few extra dollars will look like when applied to their rent, medical bills, or grocery expenses. For individuals on SSI, the current federal maximum monthly benefit is set at $943 for a single person and $1,415 for a couple. With the 2025 adjustment, the maximum is projected to rise to about $967 for an individual and $1,450 for a couple starting in January. Not everyone receives the maximum, since payments vary depending on living arrangements, income, and state supplements. However, these figures give a clear idea of what baseline support looks like. In October, recipients are not yet receiving the updated amounts, but many are paying attention to the upcoming increase and calculating how much extra they might see in their checks beginning next year. For those who already stretch every penny, knowing that relief is on the horizon provides psychological comfort, even if the actual numbers seem small. Social Security, retirement, and disability benefits are also part of this October focus. The official COLA does not apply until January, but October is when beneficiaries review their schedules and start anticipating how much their new payments will be. Social Security payments continue to be issued on the second, third, and fourth Wednesdays of the month, depending on the recipient's birth date. In some months, including October, the calendar works out in such a way that certain beneficiaries see their deposits arrive closer together, creating the impression of a bonus. For example, if someone receives a late September payment and then gets their October payment earlier in the month due to how the dates fall, the gap between checks can be shorter than usual. For seniors living on a tight budget, the timing of deposits matters almost as much as the amount. That shorter wait can. Direct deposit has become the standard for most Social Security and SSI recipients, and October's payments once again highlighted how reliable the system is. Instead of waiting for paper checks, beneficiaries now receive funds directly into their bank accounts or on direct express cards. In October, some deposits arrived a day earlier than expected because of weekends or federal holidays. Even a one-day difference can make a big impact for someone managing bills or rent, which is why many describe the timing of deposits as a helpful surprise, even though the actual amounts have not yet changed. This reliability builds trust. For people who remember delays with mailed checks in the past, the predictability of modern deposits feels like progress and stability. Another reason October 2025 has drawn attention is the broader conversation around inflation and living costs. Although inflation has slowed compared to the sharp increases of earlier years. Prices for food, rent, healthcare, and utilities remain high. Seniors and disabled individuals often feel these pressures more than the general population because they rely on fixed incomes. When the Social Security Administration confirms the COLA figure, later in October, many beneficiaries will immediately calculate how much more they can expect starting in January. For a typical retiree receiving around $1,900 per month, a 2.5% increase would add about $47.50. For SSI recipients at the maximum level, the adjustment would mean about $24 more for individuals or $35 for couples. While these numbers may not sound large, they can make a real difference in meeting basic needs, such as buying an extra bag of groceries, paying for transportation, or covering co-pays for doctor visits. The October updates are also important for people planning ahead. Knowing that payments will rise in January helps beneficiaries think about their budgets for the year to come. Some may decide they can now afford a new prescription, schedule a medical appointment, or prepare for higher winter heating costs. Others may see the COLA as a way to set aside a small emergency or pay off bills. For families living paycheck to paycheck, even a modest increase allows for slightly more breathing room. The Social Security Administration encourages people to check their online accounts, where benefit statements will show updated amounts once the COLA is finalized. These online tools have become increasingly important in October as people seek answers about what the changes mean for them personally. In addition to federal adjustments, some states provide their own supplements to SSI. These amounts vary and can change from year to year, depending on state policies. Although October payments do not yet include the 2025 COLA, state-level changes sometimes take effect at different times, leading to small variations in what beneficiaries receive. For many, the exact amount is not known until the deposit appears, which can create the feeling of a surprise. A person living in one state may find their check higher than someone in another, even though both are under the same federal program. This patchwork of supplements reflects local policies, but can be confusing to beneficiaries. October often becomes the month when these differences come into focus as people compare what they receive. Technology has also played a role in improving how beneficiaries track their benefits. Many now receive text or email alerts confirming when deposits arrive, reducing the stress of waiting and checking. In October, these updates continue to provide reassurance to recipients who rely on every dollar arriving on time. For older beneficiaries who may be less comfortable with technology, family members often step in to help set up notifications. These small improvements in communication add up to greater confidence that the system is working for them. October is also the time when discussions about the long-term stability of Social Security programs reemerge. Policymakers and advocacy groups often use the release of COLA data to highlight the importance of keeping benefits aligned with real-world expenses and maintaining the program's solvency. For beneficiaries, these debates may feel distant, but the October announcements serve as a reminder that their financial security is connected to broader national policy. Media coverage during this month often sparks conversations at the dinner table, in community centers, and online forums where recipients gather to share concerns and hopes. For millions of Americans, the October 2025 Social Security update has been more than just another routine payment. It has been a signal that support will increase soon, that their needs are recognized, and that they can plan for a slightly more stable future. Seniors on retirement benefits, disabled individuals relying on SSDI, and low-income households receiving SSI have all shared their reactions, some noting the relief of upcoming increases, others appreciating the timing of deposits. The sense of community among recipients grows stronger during months like October, when everyone is talking about what the changes mean for their daily lives. Looking ahead, October's news serves as a preview of what is to come in January. Beneficiaries can expect their checks to be larger once the new year begins, reflecting the 2.5% COLA. They can also expect the SSA to continue improving how information is shared and how payments are delivered. For now, October has been a month of preparation and reassurance, giving millions of Americans reason to feel more secure as they look toward the future. Disclaimer. This content is created for informational and educational purposes only. It is based on publicly available data, general estimates, and official program guidelines from the Social Security Administration, SSA. The figures, payment dates, and cost of living adjustment (COLA) projections discussed are examples and may vary depending on individual circumstances, state supplements, or future updates from the SSA. This script does not provide financial, legal, or professional advice. Viewers and readers are encouraged to verify details directly with the official Social Security Administration or consult a qualified advisor for guidance related to their personal benefits.